All right, here we are next day after applying the caulk, and seems the caulk is did good. It's good enough to paint on. All right, so ceiling came out good. I'm seeing this yellow up here, but you know what that is? It's a shadow from the chandelier. So all the cracks, and some here. The primer came out good on this window. Remember last video, we put more primer on this. You see where it's sucking it up? So it won't get any more primer. It's covered with 1, 2, 3. This primer we're using, all you gotta do is cover it. Now you can make a choice to do primer twice. I will in this area because this is where the sink is and water may splash on the wall. So I want a good hard shell there that's as impervious as possible. So the only place I didn't caulk was the window, see? Cracks in here, and I couldn't caulk it yesterday because I want to put the primer on first. Like I said, that 1, 2, 3 primer, once you put that on, that's your base. And now you have something for stuff to stick to. And you're better off priming it first. And like I want to caulk, see all the cracks around here? All the cracks. Now I started here and went down to, you see it shining because it's still wet. I went down to here and I stopped about here. So you can still see the dents and all the holes. See all the cracks down there? Along here, there's a big crack, I want to fill that. And up here, and I'm sorry, these cracks, those cracks, I'm going to seal all that up. That should have been sealed when they put the windows in, at least when I do it. See the crack in here? Seal all that up because that's how air can get past the window. So the baseboard looks good. The primer looks like it dried okay, and the caulk dried okay. So my goal today, I'm looking at these that have to be gone over. All right. Now what's interesting, this is been caulked, but you know what that is? Translucent. And it when it dries, it clears. And I did that in certain spots to check it. One of the reasons one of the ways you can check once you do your caulk to see if you're ready for paint is take some, it comes in white, it comes in translucent, which is clear. And what I did, I put translucent in certain places. I think I did it here too. So it looks like it's a crack, but there's actually translucent caulk on it. And the manufacturer of the caulk says, if you put it on, it's white when you put it on. When it dries, it turns clear. So that's my little test in certain spots. I use translucent to find out if it was dry enough to paint. So this is dry enough to paint. So that looks like a crack, but it's not. It actually has a translucent caulk on it. So I can paint right over this. When I do, you won't see that crack because it'll paint right on top of the caulk, which is paintable caulk. All right, so since the caulk is drying in certain spots, I see like here, I want to caulk around here to seal that up. There's the old paint. And I see in the corner, that's needs some. This came out well. This was a project, our little molding project. So that made a nice, neat transition into the molding. Same thing on this side. So since the caulk is dry, I think my game plan for today, try to figure out how much can I do that's effective using the best use of the time I have. The ceiling looks good, but I do believe I want to coat it one more time. And I want to work on the woodwork. So since the last step will be the actual pigment on the wall, I think today I want to do the woodwork. This is going to be white like it was. That'll be high gloss. And the door frames will be high gloss, these. So it looks like I'm repeating myself. Since the caulk is dry, I want to accomplish two things today. Get the first coat of white on the woodwork, see how that looks, and put a second coat on the ceiling white. And that means today the ceiling is done. And that also means I have a first coat on the woodwork for the high gloss. And that's it. Let that dry over the weekend. Today is Friday. Come back Monday. If that's dry, the woodwork will get a second coat. And then we're ready for the walls. Probably put more primer around here, around the hooks, to make sure it's all, I don't leave any of this yellow exposed, just in case the owner wants to move whatever's hanging up there around. I want to rearrange stuff. This way you take it down and you got yellow behind it, so that's not going to work. So we're going to make sure everything that's yellow, every spot, gets covered with primer and paint. All right, see you on the next one.